discussion item, I believe Mr. Myers, you requested that you have provide opportunity to discuss the opportunity school district referendum. So I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Pardon me. I'm going to pull a Fife Whiteside tonight. I'm going to do more reading than anything else because the words I have to say I feel are more important than trying to make some off-the-cuff comments that may not come out like I want them to. The Amendment 1, the Opportunity School District, was an initiative, and it's past tense, that was on the ballot as Amendment 1 last Tuesday. Had the initiative passed, the governor would have had the power to come into local communities and take over chronically or perpetually failing schools, of which Muskogee County has 8. Had the OSD passed, this would have been a colossal change in the way our local schools operate. But the amendment failed statewide. I want you to think about the word takeover. That's a huge word here. And I do agree with the administration's take on the initiative in that it was indeed dramatic. And it's also dramatic to think that a majority of Muskogee County citizens were willing to take the extreme step of turning over control of some of our local schools to the state. So understand, the majority of citizens of Muskogee County are not just dissatisfied with the performance of this board and this administration. They are ready to give away the power of this board to govern and give the state control some of our schools. This measure failed by a landslide statewide, right around 60%. In Muskogee County, the county voted yes, and it was a narrow margin. But get this, only 7 of 159 counties in the state of Georgia voted yes on this initiative, and Muskogee County was one of those 7. It is hard not to get the message that this is a message of no confidence. And I said the board and the administration, and I am on the board. You know, we had some kind of report card that the board was delivered by Ms. Hughley Green, I guess, last month. And that report was compiled by some district insiders, to say the least. I would submit to you that the vote of the people last Tuesday is the real report card. And as an administration and board, we got an F from the people who matter, the citizens of Muskogee County. I want to talk about what I think the Muskogee County vote means or should mean to this administration and board. Despite the constant spin and twisting of facts from this administration, the message that our school system is broken has gotten through to the Muskogee County voters and citizens. This board and administration serves a 70% minority school population, and I was really happy to see the results in many of the predominantly African American precincts. Carver Mac, 55% yes. Casita Road, 59% yes. And before somebody jumps on me, these are rounded off figures. Rothschild, 54% yes. First African, 56% yes. Our constituents get it. So why does our school board and administration not get it? Friends, there's no way to escape the fact that this is a no confidence vote. And I say this again as a member of the board. I'm tired of this broken system. I'm tired of those who try to spin their way out of the fact that our system is broken. We must quit denying our system is broken and begin the work of fixing it. You can continue to fool yourselves, but the people now clearly get it. This is my appeal to change things, to end this culture of failure. Unfortunately, I believe the response to my words tonight will be fairly predictable. Some will just deny the obvious truths. Some will say, if it's true, it must be the fault of somebody else. Some will attempt to change the subject. We will surely hear that we are blaming the students or teachers. I am not. I'm putting the blame at this table and this table mainly. Or we may get another false comparison. As a board member, I have had enough of false comparisons. Do you realize Daugherty County has now been excluded by this administration as a second-tier Georgia city? They were left out of the analysis that we just had on Georgia milestones. And here's why. It's because Daugherty County has turned around their local public school system. 3 years ago, they were pretty much in the same shape that we are in today. But the Daugherty County Board made it clear to the superintendent that they expected action, and action they got. Tough choices were made, and 3 years later, the turnaround in that system is nothing short of amazing. So you can't compare ourselves to Daugherty County anymore because they have righted their ship. This board needs to send the message to the administration that it's okay to step on some toes, to ruffle some feathers, to make some people uncomfortable, but it's time to go to work to fix our system. Just remember in a few minutes as you hear the response to what I've had to say tonight, our school system is stuck in the bottom 1/3 or 1/4 in the state, depending on which measure you use. And I don't care, and I know they've changed the different measuring sticks, but we are constantly in the bottom 1/3 or 1/4. And that fact is just hard to talk around. The citizens have now rung the bell. Inaction or more of the same is simply not an option. Finally, to my fellow board members, I want to appeal to your heart. We have a chance to make a difference. We have a chance to fix a failed school system and positively impact the lives of tens of thousands of young people, to fix poverty and crime, and to make Columbus a much, much better place for the future. My challenge to all board members is to take a good hard look at yourself, and I understand 3 of y'all will not be back, but hopefully the new board members will be listening. But my challenge is to take a good look, hard look at yourself and think about this. Will you look back in 10 years and be happy knowing that you could have been a part of something great, but took a pass because it was the more comfortable thing to do, and left literally tens of thousands of young people behind as a result of your inaction? The only thing more embarrassing than having our community vote to give control of some of our schools to the state would be if we failed to answer the clarion call to fix our schools. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.